Hello friends, welcome to my channel and thanks for watching this video. So another week has gone by, which means welcome to another session of USA Weekly Market Report. And one thing is pretty clear till now is over the past couple of months, probably market has digested all the inflation rhetoric we have in the market, all the inflation data we have, and we have to see how things will pan out going forward because right now the market at least not reacting. Okay, that's the output we can get if you are looking at the current index movements. Now there are some ifs and buts. Obviously we are going to discuss about that, but let's start with the important headlines that we have over here. Now, this is quite funny that now you can get the stock price movement by looking into Twitter, because what has happened last week that yes and no voting has happened, and as you can see, uh, after the yes and no votes, shares of Tesla declined 15.4% after CEO Elon Musk commenced with his plans to sell a huge block of his holding this week. And Musk, who still owns more than 67 million shares of Tesla, according to financial filing, sold stock worth around 5.7 billion this week. So this is, and as you can see over here, that Musk sold shares in part to satisfy tax obligation related to an exercise of stock option. Before his sale plan was made, Musk asked his 62.5 million Twitter followers to vote in an informal poll, telling them their vote would determine the future of his Tesla holding. So, I mean, if this is a genuine gesture or anything else, because nothing has happened before that where a CEO is asked about a public's opinion, that's fine, but how much he is going to hold going forward, so this hasn't happened. Anyhow, let's move to another news. Now, a major upgrade to Bitcoin is happening soon. Now, this is a very important thing that's been developing over a period of time. Now, obviously, Bitcoin is the face of cryptocurrency. It contains, or it has the major market cap as in terms of value and volume both. But if that's what I've said a couple of weeks back, that if cryptocurrency being accepted, or if Bitcoin is accepted, now knowingly or unknowingly, other cryptocurrencies will follow the soon. And because Bitcoin is widely accepted and being known as a global cryptocurrency, you will see that rest of the cryptocurrencies will also move in the same way, and this will further boost this crypto market, or this cryptocurrency as a product. Okay, so this is also a thing that one need to understand over here. Let's see, this is about Dow Jones, so we are going to talk about the market and different instruments. Let's see is okay. Inflation remains the hot topic in the week ahead as Walmart and other key retailers report. Now I've also already said in my opening remarks that probably market has digested, and at the end of the day, who will face the price change? Obviously, the end consumer, because after or beyond a certain point, each and every company or each and everybody who is selling their products and services will pass on the inflation percentage, and it has to be paid by the end consumer. Apart from that, let's see if there is anything. which we can see over here. So no. So let's go to the market report and see what's happening over here. Now, majority of the indices are in positive, or in fact all of them are in positive, and NASDAQ moved 1% higher. You can see gold also touched 1850 and above. Now oil is steady. You have VIX, which has been steady in a range. You have bond yield, which is not moving, which is again trying to stabilize. Okay, that's the thing. Apart from that, one good thing is natural gas prices started falling down. Now, I have talked about the silver, I think 1 or 2 weeks back, that better look at this thing, and you can see from the lows of 22 23 it is now closed at or above 25.41. So, if you haven't checked out my previous USA weekly market report, do check it out where I've talked about the silver as well. Overall, if you're looking at the bond yields, it is moving up and down, but for the past couple of weeks, it's been in between a range. Now, the only thing which one should concern about is the dollar index. Dollar index again closed above 95. Now, 95 is the level, or in between 95 and 95.5. This is the level which is, you can say, a risk zone, entering into a risk zone, because once it moves beyond 95.5, big range will open up. We will going to discuss, but I have discussed this thing in the past. Okay, so that's the very important thing that you need to understand, because it doesn't matter whether you're talking about US market or rest of the market, because most of the trades are happening in dollar denominated currencies, or obviously in dollars. So if the price of dollar continues to go up, it will cause a negative impact on the overall stock market. So this is the one concerning point that you need to look at for the time being. Now let's go to the charts and let's see what's happening over here. So I first want to talk about silver today rather than equity or stock indices, because this has performed very well, and from its lows it has actually moved quite a lot. Now, as you have seen, this is the zone. So I think last time it made its high at $30. It is in the month of August 2020, and now it is in consolidation. As you can see, silver is in consolidation. So this is silver futures chart. This is in consolidation, but I want you to focus on this highlighted section, because if you are looking into this, you will find a trend. Okay, what you will find here is an inverted head and shoulder pattern. So probably it is ready to move, because the trend is completed, and let's see how it's going to perform. So as you can see here, this is an inverted head and shoulder pattern, and this is a positive thing. If it has happened on the top, that will be a negative thing, but this is a positive thing. And if you are looking at this particular trend, you will see something like this. Let me first discuss about the current range, then we are talking about the rest of it. So what we're gonna see is something like this. So the range is in between 22.4 on the downside, and on the upside you have 30 and 30.7. In between, the stock recently crossed one of its resistance at 25. So now it is trading above 25. So the next target will be 28.3, and then we have 30 and 30.7. Now, without talking about the big chart, let me simply show how the price movement is going to be if this is the final low, if this is the final low, how it's going to move. So what we are looking at as far as the trend is concerned, and if the silver future is going to make a breakout beyond 30.7, so if it sustain above 30.7 or 31, so the next big swing will probably push the price in between 49 and $53. So this is the range that we are looking at as far as the big trend is concerned, and you can correlate the same with the bigger trend as well, because the high that it has made is or around 49 and 50, so there is nothing wrong about it. Okay, and that's where we are moving, and if there is a further breakout beyond 49, obviously we have to reanalyze it again. So that is the thing. Now let's go to the dollar index, because this is the important part of the puzzle, and without analyzing this one, we can't go, at least for this week we can't go uh, towards the equity indices. So let's go to the daily or weekly chart. So this is the weekly chart of dollar index, spot dollar index. So weekly chart of dollar index finally showing you a range. You know, this is something which is very important. I would say this chart will be the most important chart in this video, and this is going to impact the overall market in the upcoming weeks and months, definitely. Now why I'm saying this, let me explain it to you. Okay, so this is the current range in between which dollar index has been moving, and now after so many weeks of whatever has happened, if you are looking at the current price, this highlighted section, you can see now the dollar index finally started sustaining above all its moving averages. Technically this is a very strong sign. So if it continues to sustain above 93.25, let me uh, give you some another levels as well, because it is not sustaining above 95. So 93.25 and 94.76 of everything it is sustaining. So if it continues to sustain above 94.76 and 95, the next two targets that we are looking at here will be 100 and 103. So this is going to be a serious damage as far as the stock market indices are concerned. Okay, so be very watchful about this trend, because if this is the thing, then we are ready for a big or volatile move going forward. Right now, I'm going to say it again, that right now market has already factored that inflation factor. That's another part of the story. But if you're looking at the dollar index and currency, mind you, the currency market and the bond market are the biggest. Okay, so if there is anything which is happening over here, you must be, or one must be very much focused on this part rather than only focusing on the equity market part. Okay, so this looks, dollar index looks very positive right now, even in between a trend, and the probability is, if it sustain above 95, 100 and 103 have highest possibility. Now let's go and start analyzing the Dow Jones or the stock indices. Here we are. So from the top that it has made, I think 8 or 8 36,500. Right now it is at 36,100. So exactly not holding the uh, bigger levels, but let's see what's there in the card, or what the price are indicating over here. So this is the trend what we have as far as Dow Jones is concerned, right? Yeah, we are. So this is the trend that we have here right now, and as you can see, right? As you can see, this is what we have as far as the Dow Jones are concerned. So you have your higher end of the range or the big target in between 36,600 and 36,750, in between that. And if it does not sustain, then the lower end of the range will be in between 34,000 and 34,100. So be ready for anything. Definitely be ready for anything, because things are moving quite swiftly on both the sides. And don't really get fizzled out with this 100 point or 200 point move, because we have to take things are getting a bit I would say crucial at this moment, because different things are moving in different directions. Okay, so be skeptical about the equity or index movement, and be very much observative about the trend. Now, as far as the NASDAQ is concerned, where the trend looks much more comfortable, so this is the support level we have here. As usual, in the past couple of weeks, it hasn't changed, and after a big swing, it is now again started moving on the upside. So, if this is the thing, and probably if I just simply join this line, what we have here is a surprise, right? Because NASDAQ has already tested the higher end of the range. So next time, if it is going to move higher, what you could probably see is 16,000, in between 16,100 and 16,250, and we are good to go as far as downside is concerned. And the downside support will be in between 14,580 and 14,700 or 750. So this is the big support that we are looking at as far as the trend is concerned. So now we are at the higher end of the range, or we are in the resistance zone. Be very much skeptical about the trend. That's what you can see now. Dollar index is saying something. Now the chart, both Dow Jones and NASDAQ, is at the highest end of its range. Okay, so be very much skeptical about the trend. Now I think let's go and check the Russell 2000. Okay, so this is the ETF part. So this is the Russell 2000 indices. Let's go and see. Even I few times I observe and analyze this chart, but after a long time, I would say a couple of months, I am analyzing it again. So what we have here is definitely a big breakout from the range or beyond the range. Here we are. So the overall trend is positive as far as the Russell 2000 is concerned, but sometimes when the market is volatile, a retest will not be a problem, and we can happen anytime. So what we have here in terms of support is in between 3357 and 3380, and the high that it has made is I think 3530. So this is the level, and beyond or below 3357 or 3350, we have lots of downside moves that can probably happen, like 3290, and the lower end of the range was 3058. You need not to go and think until and unless this is a false breakout. If this is a false breakout, then be ready for a big move on the downside, probably 400 point move. But if it is not, then 3350 and 3380 will be the zone then that one must look at. So be very much watchful about these two levels, and let's see if it started falling below 3350, then one must be very much skeptical as far as the Russell 2000 is concerned. So this is the thing what you need to look at. Generally I don't cover stock, but Tesla is doing something amazing, so it would be it would be, I would say, logical to talk about Tesla even in this series, or at least in this session. Okay, so this is what you can see, and probably the hangover is here to stay for couple of days or weeks, because 5.7 billion dollar is not at all a joke, and this can cause if not serious damage, a decent amount of damage that the stock has seen. Not only that, it makes the overall trend volatile. It makes the overall trend very much volatile. So right now, if you are looking at, this is the daily chart of Tesla, and this is what you can see as far as the trend is concerned. Okay, for overall and big trend, I have already made couple of videos on Tesla. You can probably check it out. And as far as the daily chart of Tesla is concerned, because of this huge move, the big support we have here will be in between 770 and $800. And on the upside, what we have, the upper end of the range will be in between 1270 and 1300. So this is the higher end of the range, and what we have as far as the lower end of the range is concerned is in between 770 and 800. So this is the range in between which Tesla is trading. Okay, so if you are thinking that the selling pressure is over, then probably you need to wait and watch what's actually going on over here. So there are a couple of things which we could probably sense out of it. First, dollar index is not looking good in terms of if you are looking in terms of equity market. Also, if you are looking at equity indices, they are showing fatigue because they are trading, whether you're talking about Dow Jones, NASDAQ, even Russell index, they are showing fatigue, and they are looking for a pullback. And let's see whether it will happen or not. That will get decided next week, and we will definitely have to see how things are working in the upcoming weeks, and we will definitely analyze it. We will analyze it on weekly basis. And this is very much whether it is about inflation or not, but in the last 1 year, all the stocks, and probably there are different stocks which has moved quite significantly. So a retracement or a correction is not a bad sign in shorter term, but things are going to unfold. Whether it will unfold quickly or slowly, that time will tell. But be a bit more skeptical, curious, cautious, observative, whatever you may want to consider, just do it. Okay, do not try to jump with all your guns and thinking that now I have purchased it, stock is going to move, or that particular thing is going to move. That's not going to happen. Okay, so be a bit more cautious, at least for the time being. So this is the end of the video. If you like this content, do share your thoughts in the comment section and subscribe my channel. So this is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and take care of your family and friends.